What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 kids who freaked out in stores part 2. Now we posted part 1 to this a few weeks ago and you guys loved it as it currently has over 35,000 likes, so if you want to see a part 3, make sure you click the like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. Also, we were hosting a $250 Amazon gift card giveaway and it just ended, so I just want to mention we'll be announcing the winners super soon for all the people who entered, but anyways, with that said, let's get right into the video. Number 5. Now I know a lot of people don't like shopping, but I think it's fair to say that this guy is taking it a bit far, even if he is a kid. I mean, at first we can't even see him, but that doesn't matter at all, because we could hear him screaming some pretty awful things even though he's out of shot. I mean, seriously, he's basically just lying on the ground insulting everyone who walks past, and even though we've all had days where we feel like doing that, it's still pretty hard to watch. Like, it starts off kinda weird, since he's basically just asking people what they're laughing at and refusing to get up, but soon it's pretty clear that nothing scares this kid. Like, his mom is right there and he has no problem using some pretty extreme language, and when a lady says she's calling the cops, he literally tells her he doesn't care. It's pretty iconic actually, but watching a kid try and kick a woman from the ground really isn't that cool. I mean, to be honest, if you gotta kick a lady, then you really just need to grow up. Anyways, if this was your kid, how would you handle it? Make sure you comment down below right now what you would do and I'll pin the funniest one.
You too, Mom! Shut up! Those belong over here. Yeah. Be quiet. I don't care, motherfuckers! I know. I apologize. Ah! And he will get you. Yeah, he will get you.
Number 4. So normally when kids decide to act crazy, they either can't stop moving or refuse to move at all, so I guess that must make this kid pretty special. You're probably asking why. Well, during just one trip to the mall, this dude managed to do both, which meant his mom had to chase him around as well as beg him just to start moving. Like, Blake was running into a different shop literally every second, as well as trying to escape in the elevator or down the escalators. I mean, honestly, I got tired just watching it, but that's when all of a sudden he got tired of running too and just stopped. Now you're probably thinking, that sounds like a good thing, I know, but it was actually just as bad because suddenly he was pretending that every bone in his body had just stopped working instantly. Even worse, his mom had to drag him off the ground and try to shop at the same time, and it's pretty hard to buy something when your kid is acting like all of his bones are broken. Anyways, thankfully the family did make it home eventually, but I think they should probably just start shopping online from now on.
No. You cannot run into a store without me. Do you understand? Blake! No, step away. Do not.
Blake went from refusing to stay still to refusing to move.
Get up. Get up. Come on, let's go.
The longer we stayed at the mall, the worse things got.
Stay here. Stay here. Stay here.
We've got a mother that's just left 2 children, including a baby. That's 3 children here while she's had to run off and get Blake from the toy shop.
No, look what's had to happen. I've had to leave all the kids.
This is not working.
Number 3. Okay, getting a bit intense while playing a video game isn't new, and most of the time it isn't even a bad thing, but if you're gaming in the middle of a Walmart, you should probably try and keep it down. With that said, whatever this kid was playing, it was obviously giving him a hard time, and I think it's fair to say he wasn't dealing with it very well. I mean, he was screaming at the screen right from the start, and he kept grabbing his head when things went wrong, even though people were obviously staring and even filming him. Like, at one point, he even genuinely stamps his foot like a toddler throwing a tantrum, which is pretty ridiculous when you look at how old he actually is. Anyway, it is true that sometimes he does stop screaming, but normally that's because he's moved on to crying, which isn't that much better. Like, I mean, it's pretty hard to watch the whole thing because it goes on for what feels like a super long time, but guess what? Apparently the people in the store had it way worse because this kid kept up his crazy reactions for over half an hour until he got kicked out.
No!
Number 2. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that we could all agree that animals are adorable, and it's true that sometimes it can be super hard to not take them home when you see them at the store. With that said, I don't think this little girl should be allowed in pet shops anymore, because it's obvious that she can't see any kind of animal without throwing a total hissy fit over it. I mean, wanting a pet is fair enough, but this kid already has 2 cats at home, so I get why her mom told her that they couldn't get another kitten. But then we see her reaction, and oh my god, it's super mean, because she said the cats they already had were boring, and that she wanted to get some new ones that would play. Even worse, she literally told her mom to take the cats they already had back to wherever they came from, just so she could buy some new ones. Now, I don't need to tell you that none of this worked, and she ended up back at home with her 2 old cats, but the kid did have one more trick up her sleeve. When she 100% knew she wasn't getting what she wanted, she literally just sat on the ground and cried, which is one way to deal with things, I guess, but once again, didn't work.
But these all cats, they can play. Where did you get those cats? I want you to send them back to the same place and get all these 3 cats.
We can't get these 3 cats. Say bye to your friend. Say bye.
No, I want this one.
Number 1. I get it, not getting what you want sucks, and when you're just a kid, it's even harder to deal with. With that said, this seems like one hell of a fit to throw over just one toy, especially when it's one that only costs a few dollars from the supermarket. I mean, this kid is screaming so hard that if you were watching, you'd probably think someone had died, but it turns out the little dude just wanted like an action figure or something. Regardless, things actually start pretty bad with him throwing himself on the floor and refusing to get up, but it gets even worse from there. Like when people try to pull him up to his feet, he just keeps rolling around, and at some point, he even grabs onto his mom's legs to try and stop her from leaving the store. It's, well, pretty extreme, and I'd definitely be embarrassed if they were my kids, but to be fair, the people around him don't even seem to care at all. If anything, they just seem to want to keep shopping and mind their own business, so maybe there are a lot of other kids throwing tantrums that people are just so used to it by now.
Daniel, move. I don't like it. Daniel. Okay, let's go, Kevin. I want. Let's go. Get him. Daniel. No. Please get his hand. Oh my God. No. Get up. No. Get up. Get his hand. I want. Get up. Let's go to your mom.
And there's a video on the top 5 kids who freaked out in stores. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever we upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to use your extremely handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.